Disturbing truths about sleep you're not supposed to know. Number 10. Sleep paralysis, the midnight horror show. Picture this. You're fast asleep, dreaming of cupcakes and a world without alarm clocks, and then suddenly you're wide awake in your bed. But here's the twist. Your body's still on sleep mode. You can't move. You can't scream. You're trapped in your own body, helpless as your mind fully wakes up. But your muscles are like, nah, we're good. Now, imagine seeing shadows or creepy figures in the corner of your room. If you're lucky, they're just a trick of your mind. If you're not, well, you're basically trapped in a low-budget horror film. Welcome to sleep paralysis, a delightful state where your brain wakes up too early and starts playing games with your perception. This isn't just an occasional waking nightmare. Your body is still in REM sleep, that dream-heavy stage, and your brain's like, let's throw in a few hallucinations for fun. And just when you think, this can't possibly get worse, your brain also decides to forget how to move your body. Let's be real, it's terrifying. You feel like you're being suffocated or dragged away by invisible forces. And if you think this is some rare, once-in-a-lifetime event, think again. Over 8% of people experience this at least once in their lives. It's a mind-bending mix of horror, helplessness, and confusion. It's like your body just doesn't care how freaked out you are. Ironically, the more you try to move, the more your body stays still, making you wonder if your limbs have conspired against you. Basically, your body is sleepwalking with no intention of getting up. Number 9. The death breath. It's not what you think. So let's talk about a fun little phenomenon called the agonal gasp. What is it, you ask? Well, imagine this. You're lying on your couch, minding your own business, maybe even with a snack in hand, and suddenly, gasp. It's not a sneeze. It's not a dramatic reaction to a bad movie plot twist. Nope, it's the sound of your body practicing to die. Yikes. An agonal gasp is the last breath your body makes before it shuts down for good. Think of it as a final, desperate, maybe this will work from your brainstem, which is kind of like the panic button of your nervous system. But here's the kicker. This gasp, it's super common right before someone passes away. And don't get any comforting ideas. This is not a miracle comeback. It's your brain's sad little attempt at one last breath. So yeah, every time you hear this in a hospital, the family members are probably flipping out, thinking their loved one is coming back to life. Spoiler alert, it's just your brainstem doing its dramatic exit. You may even hear it in movies, but here, it's just as horrifying as it sounds. It's like your brain is that friend who doesn't know when to stop, even after everyone's left the party. But instead of a few bad dance moves, you're stuck with a gasp so chilling, it feels like the life itself is slowly leaking out of you. Number 8. The invisible itch. Your brain's little joke. We've all been there, scratching away at some part of your body that's just itching for no apparent reason. But here's the twist. Sometimes, you're itching for no good reason because your brain is messing with you. Yup, your brain's got a thing for tricking your nervous system into thinking you need to itch something. Ever had that random annoying itch on your nose or leg and you just can't stop scratching? But when you look, there's nothing there? Well, that's your brain being an annoying prankster. Sometimes it sends random signals to your body that make you feel like something's crawling on you. Spoiler alert, it's just a brain glitch. And it gets worse. Your brain might even make you believe that itch is important. It's like your brain wants to ruin your day one little itch at a time. So the next time you find yourself scratching nothing, just know your brain has decided you deserve a little chaos. Number 7. Sleepwalking. Your body's unsupervised field trip. Imagine waking up and finding out you've made a sandwich, gone for a walk, or even somehow ended up in your neighbor's house, all without having any clue how you got there. Welcome to sleepwalking. You're conscious enough to move, but not conscious enough to actually know what you're doing. Sleepwalking is like your body going on a random nighttime adventure without your permission. It's like your body doesn't care if you've got big plans the next day. Your brain is all, I'm gonna go ahead and make breakfast while you're asleep. And also, let's take a stroll in the yard. And of course, the scariest part, you have absolutely no memory of it. It's like your brain's saying, hey, who needs sleep anyway? Let's just run on autopilot. Sleepwalkers often don't know they're walking around until someone points it out or they run into something. It's like your body is trying to go on a quest while your mind is still stuck in a dream. No, it's not a clever metaphor for anything. It's just your brain saying, I don't care if you're sleeping, I'm getting stuff done. Number 6. The staring at the ceiling syndrome. Ever had one of those nights where you're lying in bed, completely exhausted, but your brain decides it's party time? You just stare at the ceiling, contemplating life's most profound questions. Like, why do socks always disappear? Or what happens if I sleep with one eye open? You can't turn off the mental chatter, and sleep seems like an impossible dream. This is your brain going into overdrive, also known as insomnia. The point where your mind can't shut up, even though your body is begging for rest. What's happening is simple. Your mind is in overthinking mode, replaying everything you said that day and imagining every possible future disaster. Your brain, being the drama queen that it is, decides that sleep is not on the schedule. It's like you have an internal movie playing at 100 miles per hour, but there's no popcorn. So, you just lay there, helpless, like a prisoner to your own thoughts. And guess what? The more you try to force yourself to sleep, the worse it gets. That's your brain's way of saying, oh, you want to sleep? Too bad, I'm having a personal crisis right now. Your mind gets stubborn, and suddenly, you're wide awake staring at the ceiling, asking yourself, what am I even doing with my life? Number 5. The why am I still awake hypnosis. So you've had the best night ever, until it's 3 a.m. and you're wide awake. You don't even know how you got here, but you're suddenly convinced that the entire universe is conspiring against your rest. And here's the kicker. It's not like you have any real reason to be awake. No loud noises, no stress, no caffeine. Yet you can't stop staring at the clock, watching each second drag by like a slow-motion car crash. What happens is your body enters a state called sleep inertia. You're not awake, but you're not really asleep either. You're kind of stuck in a weird limbo where your brain isn't ready to start dreaming, but your body is too tired to do anything productive. Your thoughts are hazy, your coordination is a mess, and it feels like your body has just checked out of the whole sleeping deal. This state is what makes the 3 a.m. hours so miserable. You could fall asleep in an instant, but you won't. Instead, you'll toss and turn, getting increasingly frustrated, questioning every decision you've ever made. And then, because the universe is cruel, it's 6 a.m., and suddenly you have to get up. You didn't get a wink of sleep, and now you have to face the day like some sort of zombie. Sweet. Number 4. The night terror nightmare. No, this isn't some dramatic Halloween special. Night terrors are real. And they're even worse than you might think. Picture this. You're asleep, and all of a sudden, you wake up screaming, drenched in sweat. But here's the twist. You're still asleep. You're caught in a battle between dreamland and reality, unable to differentiate between what's real and what's fake. Your heart races, your breath is erratic, and you have no idea why you're terrified, but you sure feel it. Night terrors are like the worst kind of prank your brain can pull. They're usually caused by stress, sleep deprivation, or even genetics. Unlike a nightmare, which is a bad dream that you can wake up from, eventually, night terrors trap you in a waking nightmare. And while you might think waking someone up will help, it doesn't. In fact, it can make them more confused and disoriented. Imagine someone running full speed into a brick wall of fear. That's basically your brain on night terrors. It's an exhausting experience for both the person having them and anyone nearby who has to witness it. Your mind really doesn't care how dramatic the situation gets. It's like, hey, I'm just going to throw a curveball at you while you're in the middle of sleep, and good luck figuring it out. Thanks, brain. Number 3. The sleep debt trap. The classic sleep debt, where you borrow sleep from one night and plan to pay it back later. Spoiler alert, it doesn't work. You can't just sleep your way out of the consequences of skipping out on sleep for a few days. The idea that you can recover from a sleepless night by simply catching up the next day is a lie your brain tells you when it's feeling generous. Sleep debt accumulates like any financial debt. You can't expect to get a full night's rest after staying up for a week. Your body can only take so much abuse before it starts revolting. So, if you're constantly skimping on sleep, and then trying to make up for it by sleeping in on weekends, you're still paying the price. Sure, you might sleep for 12 hours straight, but you can't just erase the fact that your body's been running on fumes for days. And here's the fun part. Sleep debt actually messes with your cognitive functions. Your memory gets fuzzy, your mood dips, and suddenly you're snapping at everyone for no reason. Basically, it's like your brain has decided it's not going to do its job properly until you make up for your lost sleep. You can try to catch up, but your brain's like, yeah, we're not buying it. Number 2, the lack of sleep, Hunger Games. So you've been burning the midnight oil for a week straight, convinced that your body can handle the torture. Your brain's probably telling you that you'll catch up on sleep later, right? Well, here's the problem. Lack of sleep actually turns you into a ravenous, snack-craving machine. And it's not just because you're tired. No, it's because your brain is trying to trick you into staying awake by making food seem like the best idea in the world. Ever noticed how after a bad night of sleep, you wake up wanting a massive breakfast, but then it's not just breakfast. You want all the snacks? That's your brain saying, you need to stay awake, so here, eat this junk food. Lack of sleep messes with your hormones that control hunger, making you crave high-calorie comfort food. It's like your body is trying to bribe you with potato chips to get you through the day. And don't even think about stopping once you've eaten one cookie. Nope. Your body's like, oh, I can see you're enjoying that. Go ahead and finish the bag. Essentially, the more you sleep-deprive yourself, the more your body wants to eat. So if you're feeling like a snack-crazed monster after a night of poor sleep, that's your brain pulling the strings. It's like your body is going, I know you didn't sleep, but here's a pizza to make up for it. Number 1, the circadian rhythm hack, your body's internal time bomb. Now, let's talk about your body's circadian rhythm, also known as your internal clock. It tells you when to wake up, when to sleep, and when to feel like absolute garbage for ignoring it. It's your body's own little time bomb that goes off every day, dictating everything from your alertness to your digestion. Try to fight it, and it will make you pay in the most annoying ways. Imagine this. You're staying up late, working on a project, or binge-watching Netflix, and suddenly your brain decides it's time to screw you over. The moment you mess with your circadian rhythm, you're entering a world of sleep disturbance, digestive issues, and endless grogginess. You know that feeling when you try to get back to your normal schedule, but your body's like, sorry, we're going to make this as difficult as possible? Yeah, that's your circadian rhythm doing its thing. It turns out that your internal clock is a bit of a diva. It doesn't care about your deadlines, your social life, or your Netflix obsession. It wants to stick to its schedule. So if you mess it up by staying up late and sleeping in late, you're just making life harder for yourself. It's like your body's own personal drill sergeant, one that's totally unforgiving. The moment you don't listen to it, the consequences are real. You'll be hit with jet lag levels of misery, only without the fun trip to a new city. Your circadian rhythm is like that friend who tells you exactly when to be at the party, and if you show up late, they're not giving you a second chance. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.